If you want to make 10K a month from trading, honestly, you should just give up right now. And this is probably not the motivation video you wanted to see. I'm not going to tell you to believe in yourself, never give up, keep pushing and all of that. Because after working with dozens of traders and going through every phase of this journey myself, I really think you should understand what you are signing up for. First and foremost, making 10K a month from trading does not mean making 10K a month. 1 month you can make 25K, the next month nothing. Then you lose 7K, then 22K comes back. Average that out and you get your 10K, but a salary lands on the same day every month, whether you had a lucky streak or not. And the industry leaves that part out when they tell you trading can replace your income. It can replace the amount, the consistency. So ask yourself, 2 breaker months in a row, strategy follow perfectly. Do you take the exact same setups at the exact same risk in month 3? If not, and you still want a guaranteed 10K every month, you're almost guaranteed to fail. See, when I traded my first funnel account, I had no plan B. People think that kind of pressure sharpens you, that somewhere under the fear there is a smarter version of you waiting to come out. Well, no. An almost valid setup starts looking valid. Normal risk starts feeling slow. The more you need trading to make you 10K, the less likely trading is to make you 10K. Because once a single trade means too much, you stop trading the strategy that could have made you the money. So the first thing to give up is the idea that trading pays like a job. You can make 10K a month on average over 2 or 3 years. You can demand 10K from the market every single month. Your dream life is probably built on a number that market is never promised. And we haven't even calculated what it costs to become good enough to even make a single dollar. Most traders only count the visible cost, the pro challenges, the courses, maybe a coach. That adds up to thousands, and it's still the cheapest part. The real cost is your time, $1,000 to $2,000 before you're actually good at this. Backtesting, collecting data, trading live, making mistakes, reviewing the mistakes, then doing the exact same thing again tomorrow. So take what your hour is worth and multiply it by 2,000. At $20 an hour, that's 40K. 50 an hour, you just put 100K into learning trading. And that's before the courses, before the challenges, before the money you lost trading your own capital. Nobody runs that math. The industry says you can start with $100. Well, technically true. You can also start a business with a laptop and nobody pretends the business cost the price of the laptop. When I started, I spent thousands of hours on the short, sleeping legit 4 hours a night because I thought the next thing I tested might finally be it. Most of those hours weren't necessary. I was testing more things instead of getting good at one thing. So there is the cost of learning trading and the much bigger cost of learning it wrong. A trader can burn 2,000 hours strategy hopping and walk away with zero clean data on a single strategy. Then 4 years in, he says trading takes too long. Well, no. Switching to 4 years. Now imagine somebody told you the truth up front. 3 years, 2,000 hours, several other accounts, and long stretches where you make almost nothing even when you are profitable. Still in? That's a more honest offer than quit your job with this one simple strategy. And if the answer is no, that's completely fine. Give up now. Those 2,000 hours could go into a business, a career, any skill where more work gives you a more predictable return. Here, you can execute perfectly for a month and still finish flat. For a multiple months, and the money and hours hurt, but they are nothing next to what the stages of becoming profitable will do to you. Because the pain doesn't leave when you get better. It just changes shape. At the beginning, trading is fun. Everything is new. You learn a new strategy, backtest it, catch a few winners, and it starts to feel like the thing that changes your life. Even blowing accounts feels productive because now you learn something new. Psychologically, that's the easy stage. You are losing money and you are excited. Then break-even arrives and most traders disappear here. The beginner dopamine is gone. You watch the videos, you bought the courses, you know what liquidity, SMC, order block, market structure, everything is. And you're still not making any real money. And that middle can last years. This is where traders start hunting for the missing piece. One more strategy, one more course, a better entry. But most of the time, nothing is missing. They just haven't executed the same thing long enough, which is a horrible answer because there is nothing to buy and nothing to learn from it. You keep doing the same boring thing while the results still look random. 6 months of the exact same setups with a real chance of finishing flat. Would you take that? Because that's what a profitable strategy can hand you. And if the answer is no, the strategy isn't too slow. The reward just isn't big enough in your head to cover the pain. Then you finally become profitable. Great. This is where people picture everything getting good. But profitable trader is mostly boring. Same setup, same risk over and over. Sometimes only 10-20 minutes a day. Then the charts close and there is nothing left to do. Going full time, that was the strangest part for me because I spent years trying to reach it and then it arrived and trading barely needed me anymore. Sounds like a dream until you realize the excitement was never the profit. It was the learning, the hope, the feeling of getting closer. So the beginner pays with money. The breakaway trader pays with years and hope. And the profitable trader pays by being bored. One of those stages takes out almost everybody, which is why, after all of that, 10k a month starts to look like a strange thing to aim for. Because once the skill exists, making more has nothing to do with becoming twice as good. Getting to the point where you can make 10k a month is brutal. And once you are there, 10k is almost a waste. The hard part is becoming a trader who can run one profitable strategy for years without breaking it. Do that on a 100k account and you don't need a better strategy. You need more capital. Say your real edge is 3 to 5% a month on average. On 100k, that's 3-5k before the split. Good money, but probably not enough to justify everything we just talked about. The same trades on 400k, 12-20k. On 600, 18-30k. On 800, 24-40k. You don't have to get 8 times better to trade 8 times the capital. And that's what prop firms are for. Not buying a challenge with your last $500 and trying to pass it in one trade. Leverage for a skill that already works. But there is a small problem. A 1 hour loss on a 100k account is 500, maybe $1,000. The same trade copied across 600k is 3 to 6k. And if you are watching that number move live, every odd problem comes back. Closing early, missing entries, taking a trade a little too soon. Because sitting out the winner now costs you 10, 15, 20k. Still easier than becoming profitable in the first place. You already paid for that. The years, the dead accounts, the break-even stretch where nothing worked. And what you own now isn't a funded account. It's the skill. So why would the finish line be 10k a month? If that's the most you want out of trading, give up. The reward just doesn't cover the cost. But if you're going through all of it anyway, be toward 20-30k a month on average. The strategy stays where it is. The capital behind it grows. And if years of paying for 10k a month already sounds horrible to you, now you know why so many traders quit and start selling courses instead.